Welcome to HD Toy Theater. Today we're looking at the Figma action figure of Casca from the very popular anime/manga Berserk. Stands about 5 inches tall, highly posable, beautifully sculpted, comes with plenty of accessories. So let's dive right in and see what this figure is all about. Figure includes a variety of different hands, and you have this nice plastic white holder to connect them into so you don't lose them. As you can see, they're really nicely sculpted in terms of their different gestures. And if you want a hand swap, simply we'll use this one here. Take that off. We'll take off her existing right closed fist. She has a pair on her person right now, so we'll take off this one right here. Simply slide it in. There you go. She includes an alternate face that you can attach and has a different facial expression, more aggressive than her more calm looking one. And to swap it, you want to first take off the front piece of her hair right here. Take that off, and then you remove this part off, put it on the other piece. There's a nice clear plastic peg, and then you're going to plug it right there. Put that on, put the hair back. There you go. You get her helmet, and it's very nicely sculpted and painted. You got the feather in the back here, and some special hair for it. So if you want to detach it, take it out, just so you have the helmet by itself, you're going to take off the top just like that, and then you're going to separate. You might want to just push up, and it'll come loose. Let me just show you the attachments that keep it in place inside the helmet. You got these two holes here, and you got these two pegs on the inside that keep it into place. But say you want to have her just hold it, just put the helmet back together. If I can figure it out again. Oh, here we go. Just match everything up, close it up. Actually, it's this way. Sorry. There you go. So you can have her hold it rather than use it on her head. But if you want to actually use it on her head, separate it again, you're going to have to attach a face piece before, but first take off this front hairbang part. Go with this face here, connect this back in, and then take this piece, the one without the feather, put it like so. And when you get it in place, it should do this kind of movement. If you know you got, that way you know you got it in right. The holes and the pegs match up perfectly. And then this peg here on top of her hair is going to connect into that little hole there. Spin that around. Make sure it connects on both sides, nice and snug. Just like that. I think I got it. Hold on. It can be a little tough matching things up, but you should hear a pretty secure and soft type of pop. And the seam line is pretty much lined up properly. And then what you're going to do now is just basically take your figure, take off the existing head, and put this back on, just like that. You also get her cape, and that's a little badge there, the Band of the Hawk badge. A little hole in the back. This is really so you can feed a Figma stand peg through it if you wish. And to put this on, just take off the head, feed this through, just like that. Put a head back on. There you go. So it looks pretty cool here, and on the other side, nice and short. You get her sword, and it's very, very nicely sculpted. Very nice paint job. Good paint apps. It's sharp at the point, Be very careful there. You can sheath the sword, and she has a nice holster on the side here. Slide it right into place. There you go. You get the Figma clear display stand. It's pretty standard with most Figma action figures, and it's very versatile. You can spin around the base, you can bend here, here, and here, so good, awesome range here. This one came with a special attachment which you can detach if you wish, so a little extra there. You can spin around at the end. And of course when you plug this in, you can spin around as well. So for her, she has two holes here. You can plug through the cape, or you can just plug directly into the figure, either or. So you can do that. Or you can actually plug through the cape as well and then into the figure if you wish. Just like that. So then all you need to do is bend things in the right way. Something like that. So now she's pretty sturdy and won't fall down. You get the Figma accessory bag where you can put all the accessories into. I got the extra head, the hands. Fortunately for her, she actually fits in the bag too, so that's kind of surprisingly cool. So it comes in handy so you don't lose anything. Taking a closer look at the figure now, she's very well sculpted. We'll start with the head. She's looking off to the right, her right. Wish there was another facial expression where she was looking straight on, but this is pretty good as well. Don't mind it too much. Hair is very well done here. Nice frame for her, nice physique. The armor looks great. It has a subtle texture to it, nice silver going on. Little nuances painted in there. Good colors overall. Practically perfect in the paint app department. I don't see any major problems at all. Very clean for the most part. Got the spurs there. So overall, a great looking figure. So let's talk articulation. She has really good range of motion, good joints, tight joints too. The little head looks up very nicely, you can tilt around too. The lower neck is ball jointed, so you can get some awesome range of motion there. The cape here, the skirt is made of a rubber-like material, so they flex very nicely and easily. No sense of breakage or brittling going on here. Pretty solid stuff here. Arms can swing out. Do a 360 motion. You have a nice swivel at the top right there above my thumb. You have some nice range of motion with the elbows. The glove rotates right there. And then you have some bending action at the wrist, and of course 360. Now the abs section is pretty interesting. Right below her breastplate, this little section that's pointing up is an independent piece from this section here. From there to there, that's a single piece. So there's a ball joint underneath all that. So she can really do some nice movement there. Underneath this section is a ball joint at the waist, which will allow you to move it around like so. The holster here, the straps on the holster are made of a rubber-like material, so no risk of breaking it off. And it's connected underneath all this stuff here. If you wanted to take it off, you'd have to separate the figure. I just don't want to do it. Now let's move on to the legs. You can move them really nicely. It just splits pretty decently, very decently actually. Those cuts on the side of the skirts make it really easy to move the skirt around. That's awesome. Where the stocking comes up all the way there, you can rotate. Double jointed knees, good range. Forward and back motion on the foot, you can rotate, and some ankle rocking. My only beware points are really these spur sections. They're made of a not so tough material, so you want to be careful not to break this off. Hopefully it doesn't catch on anything like a shirt or some woolly sweater. You want to be careful you're nowhere near those sections and you don't want to break them off. So final thoughts on this figure, definitely one I recommend to Berserk fans. Casca is one fantastic figure from head to toe, an awesome sculpt, good paint apps, good material being used throughout the figure. The articulation system is just amazing. You can put her in a lot of dynamic poses. So if you're a fan of Casca and you're collecting the Figma Berserk figures, she'll fit right at home with those guys and will look great together. Priced at about $60. Get yours on Amazon, BigBadToyStore.com, ImageAnime.com, of course eBay, to name a few places, and add her to your collection. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Hit like, dislike, and or comment. Check out my other videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out HDToyTheater.com, and we'll see you next time.